Okay, so you guys are traveling out of town to see different teams that you normally wouldn't see. What is the thought process behind that, playing those teams?
Good question. It takes a lot of time and effort to get those teams on board. And basically, our thought process is we're in Region 1 of the UIL volleyball playoffs. When we reach there, we need to see Region 3, 2, and 4. And so a lot of the teams that play out of town will stay in those tournaments. They will not travel to this side of our region. So we will be able to see 5, 6, 7, 8 opponents that we could see potentially in playoffs by district and area.
What improvements did you make as a coach and as a team compared to last year?
Those are two really good questions as well, and I think they have to dive into one and then the other. And the first one is, as a coach, I spent more time for myself to kind of digress a little bit and get back into why I love coaching. So some of the improvements I made was I read some more books over the summer. I looked at potential practice plans. I looked at how we're bringing our staff along, and it allowed me to kind of focus on myself again versus trying to run a program first. I have to run myself first, then the program comes second. So that helped me out. And then as far as a team, well, you know, players come in all the time, and the improvements that you make as a team from year to year, it's always, if you see it early on, it may be very fast that they go away. If you see gradual improvements, that's what makes you feel better as a coach. So we've seen gradual improvements, and I didn't want to start off being the best team in the state. I didn't want to be the best team in the region for that purpose, because then we needed to get better throughout the weeks.
As a coach, what would you say is the best advice to a team at the beginning or end of the game?
Well, beginning of the game, we always try to start with the lead. Of course, at the end of the game, you want to end with the lead. So we're looking for ways that we can get a matchup or the best possible chance to get those points early and keep those points at the end, versus trying to fight for every point throughout. You build a little bit of a lead, you can let some things go, but at the end you really have to step on the gas and finish off strong.
Does the student section, this is more of a fun question, does the student section make you lose focus, or does it inspire you to do better as a coach?
You know, as a coach, we used to love a student section right behind us because they're loud and they're watching us, and they you know, they want to hoop and holler every time that there's a point. We like it still. And I wish we could move our student section from the far area to right behind our visitor bench. That way, we can have them yelling and screaming right behind them for our girls and for our athletes.
For the other team?
Yes, sir. We like that. We like that commitment of our student base to be here on the games, and we try to get our student athletes out to the other games and other performances as well. It helps us.
All right. Do you think you have a good chance to make playoffs this year?
I do. I think we have a really tough chance, but we have a really good chance. Many of the other teams in our district are returning a lot of their star players as well. We graduated quite a few, but we reloaded in certain positions, and I think we have a more confident team this year to go a little bit further and maybe take one of the higher spots than seeds in our district. We're returning a district championship, but it was split between two other teams. We've seen the other two teams that would probably give us a pretty good battle, and we all look pretty much the same. You know, we're starting off pretty strong, but I think we do have a good shot at making a playoff spot this year.
All right. This is more of a random question, but if you could coach another sport, what would you coach?
Well, that's a great question. Boys volleyball. I would do boys volleyball. I'm really interested in that aspect of it. I played in high school, played in college, played overseas. But then, since we don't have it, it would be probably tennis. I know that sounds weird, but a lot of the different things that we do on the court, they do as well. But it's more of a solo game for them versus a team aspect. So I would really like to dive into that. Tennis.
All right. Well, that's all we have. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.